What's up, comic book fans and readers and everything else here? Kevin Hellions with another comic book review as we're going through every single comic in my collection. Today, Mutant X. Mutant X Origin, specifically. Number 1, Volume 1 from 2002. Chances are, number 1, only 1. So for those of you that forget and might wonder why this is a photo cover, Mutant X was a longer lived than you thought and expected Marvel syndicated drama show. It was technically X-Men and Mutants, but not at all because for whatever reason they couldn't use those names and those characters. So we created an entirely different mutant group and conspiracy and heroes and villains and everything else, and nothing at all that dealt with the X-Men actually, except for the word mutant. So this is supposed to be an origin, like a before the TV show started. How did we get here? You have your two warring sides, your Professor X, Xavier, slash Magneto, your Cyclops and Wolverine, your whatever you want to call it, your good and evil, your two different sides here. And it's an origin story and how they were trying to map genes and accidentally created mutants and people turned and people were manipulated and conspiracy theories and all. And it's just meh, meh. It's just there. It's not a bad story at all. The art was pretty good. The story wasn't bad, but it's just kind of there. And I say this to someone who I think I only watched one episode of that show. It didn't do it for me at all. Um, couldn't get into it. I'm sure it's on Netflix or Hulu or something that I could rewatch it if I wanted to. But it's just one of those shows like we've all forgotten about. None of us really care, and that's not to say that it wasn't good and fine, but it didn't stick with you, and that's the thing. Like it's an okay issue, but it doesn't stick with me. Um, there's not even anything I can really point out to you. Art's fine. There's plenty of good stuff and all, but I mean, it's just a lot of setup. A lot of setup for a show that I didn't watch that many of us didn't care about, most of us have forgotten. So that is once more another comic book review for you. Go over to teamhellions.com for everything you want and check back for what will soon be dozens and then hundreds and then literally thousands of comic book videos here on this YouTube channel over at teamhellions.com. Your